Hi everybody, Brett back out to scale modeling with another Sprue review. And I got it. I got one. Alright. Great Wall Hobbies 48 scale F-14B. They started with a B, not like an A like everybody else. Because I don't know if there's a really good B out there in 48 scale. Anyway, kit number L4828. I got this from Japan, which is why the box is all mangled up. I bought it, had it shipped, and it's here. Hopefully in America soon. 3 schemes. NES Oceania, twice, 2004. And another NES Oceania, 2005. So you got Grim Reapers. I'm not sure what that one is. There you go. This one, apparently, here, it's such a big box, is the final Tomcat cruise. Let's see anything else. I'm sure it is on this side. You've got PE, so the box is a bit mangled. Decals, Grim Reaper, 4th scheme, different scheme. This is from 2002. And that's not the Grim Reapers. Sorry. So, let's get this mangled box open. If we can get it open. Here we go. That down there. And we've got lots of sprues. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 22, 3, 4, 5, a box of something. Alright. So, let's find a starting point. Here's a good one. We have almost dropped a knife on our foot. And they've got stapled bags, which seems to be what a lot of people are going to. This has got 2 things in it. First, the front end of the fuselage. Got an open bay there. Very nice rivet detail. Underneath, where phoenixes or sidewinders or sparrows. Not sure which, but the directions will tell us. More fuselage parts with really nice recessed panel line and rivet detail. There. I'm assuming these are parts for the wing fold inside. Some nice attachment points. And your basic underneath. Here, I believe these are the pallets for the Phoenix. Raised all along there. It's all raised. That's all raised. And not sure what those are going to, but I would assume they would be probably the ends right there to give the detail to the end. Turn them over. There's what you got. Okay. Yeah, let's look at some wings. Ooh, that's causing a glare, isn't it? So, we got us some wings. And what lovely wings they are. Access hatches. You can see you're going to have full availability to position control surfaces. And flip her over. Detail. Ejector pin marks inside of here you're going to need cleaned up. 4 of them of various sizes. Then a whole bunch around here, which you want to make sure flush. Don't feel too raised. Same here. Here, there's a whole lot of them in there. Look at all those. And they're in there as well. So if those are visible, you're going to need doing a lot of cleaning, or I am. Wingtips, very nicely, they're just here. And then they roll over there, so you're not going to have the outside seam. And here, more wing parts, they're going to sit inside. Your leading edge slats, which curved around, as you can see from here. You can see they're fully curved around, so there won't be a seam on the front of those either. And very nice detail. And that's what we're showing here to see if people want to spend the money to get this. Again, right along there, the leading edge. That's a good rivet detail. Okay. More fuselage parts. There's some tail parts. Each bag so far has 2 sprues in it. Go. Very nice detail in those bays. These look to me to be the dropped flaps, as you can see, slide molded. So you'll sit these in the wings, if I'm right, and those are completely dropped. So those would be with the wings fully extended. Like so, and flip it over, and as you can see, probably won't see a lot of that ejector pin detail because these are going to cover it up. And I know these are part of the wing fold mechanism. For some reason I think they're called the boots, but I'm probably wrong. And then some more flaps, or ailerons, or flapperons, and some doors that do not have ejector pin marks in them. That's a very nice detail. And again, we've got these parts that curve around. And we've got some actuators, it looks like, for the flaps. And this one, these are more wing parts, as you can tell right there. These are, I'm assuming, for the leading edge slats. And then these are for where the wing fold area. And I would say those are the top of the intakes or bottom of the intakes. Some more slats. Again, you get to position this to how you like it. You can see. Down that way. I'm trying to get you a good angle to see those. Inside of here. Again, actuators attached to these, so be careful cutting them off so you don't cut off the wrong parts. They should be cut off down here, not back here. And you can see they got ejector pin points on here, so they're not pushing them out wrong. There's so far a lot of detail that I haven't seen in other ones. And next weekend, I'm going to compare the 3 48 scale kits. The AMK, the Tamiya, and this one. They've all been released recently. Here's what I was looking for. Bottom of the fuselage. All one piece. And I'm thinking those wing parts that I complained about, the ejector pin marks, I'm thinking all that's just all structural for strength and stuff. It's not just going to be visible. So you can see here, very nice detail all along in here. Curves all around. So Some venting there, probably PE that you can put on there. We'll check that later. Here's bay detail. And again, everything curves around nicely. Inside, just a lot of structure. You can see a little bit of detail for the engines right there. No ejector pin marks in those. So yes, the more I think about it, the more that I was probably wrong. These ejector pin marks will be not visible. Look at all the big parts. There you go. That's what I'm looking for. Top of the fuselage. I'm just so impressed with the detail and the quality of the plastic. But we're used to that with Great Wall Hobby. And you look at detail right there. And going down into here on both. Some more venting. It's got that telltale Tomcat rake right there. Again, this detail right here, I don't recall that on any other Tomcats. And then underneath, a couple ejector pins here, here, and then a couple more here. I'm not sure if they'll be covered or not, but again, we'll check the instructions. All the way down the back. And then some smaller parts back here with rivet detail. And here, with rivet detail. All right, making some progress. There's a lot of plastic in this kit. I don't think the box said how much. Okay, is there any more of that detail stuff you want to do? Or you want to jump into? Yes, there it is right here. Engine intakes. Very important on a jet. Slide molded. 2 of them, of course. So, there you go. All around. All around, straight down, the back, and inside. A couple of ejector pin marks there, which you might be able to see them if you were doing something, but a couple swipes with a sander because they are just slightly recessed. So, 2 of these looking very good, slide molded, not warped or bent. The tips here are intact. Sometimes you'll see those bent. So both of those are perfect. So now I got to get these back in the bag so they stay that way. And then we're just going to start going through. Tail fins to me, these are matching sprues, 2 of them. So, like part of the engine, flat spotted tires with wording on them. Let's see if we can. Good yay. Good yay. No year on them. And then aircraft something. So you got good yay. A little bit of tread. I do not see any seam or burning, but you've got good yay tires. And the hubs that are separate. These are to paint. There's a front tire. It shows a lot of good brake detail on there. Okay, like I said, engines. I believe these will be the tail fins, the horizontal stabilizers, and parts for, I'm assuming, landing gear and an antenna. Like I said, these are matching, 2 of those, which means you're going to put them back together carefully. So go into the bag. And we're just going from the top down now. No particular order. Try to do the weapons last. more wing control surfaces. Again, very nice detail inside of them right there. The controlling mechanisms. And on the top, I don't remember this level of detail in the other two either. But we will check that out when we do a comparison of some of the parts this weekend. So these are not matching. This is a different sprue. Again, it's got some more of, like I said, boots. Probably not called that, but they're different angle of the wings. You need different ones. Same with this here, this part here, different angle of the wings. These are going to have to fit into it differently. And like some more for the intake. And couple of ejector pin marks, but I don't think those will be seen. And the texture on this is really nice because I believe these are a type of rubber, because I think they're bags. Pretty sure, but again, someone will correct me if I'm wrong, because there are more people who know about F-14s than me. Alright, we got a big one on a bag by itself. This has got intakes, so we may not have to worry about those ejector pin marks with those. But we're about to find out in a second if they have any inside of them. Different parts for the panels on the fuselage. I believe this is part of the speed brake, these two. And I'm not sure what this is, but it's interesting looking. It looks good detail. So various panel parts. They all have very nice detail right here on this. And flip it over. And in the intake, I see no ejector pin marks on those intakes right there. Do you? That would be great. There are some in those. I'm pretty sure those will be closed panels. There's none in the doors for the landing gear. And then the doors there for the landing gear bay. Some more detail on these two parts. So it looks like on the panels they know may be open. There's none on the speed brake. There's lots of good detail here. And be very careful with that. So it looks like the places they know are going to be seen, they're not putting ejector pin marks in. And places that aren't going to be seen, they are. Let's hope that's the case. And you see these here, these parts, slide molded. And again, I'm not sure. I think these are part of the mechanism that opens and closes the wing, obviously. Since now we're looking at it, and that's what it looks like. And they're very thick and sturdy parts, too. So, they're also going to hold the wings very nicely. Here we have a nose cone that looks like it's off. The other part of the wing fold mechanism. Nose cone. Turn it all the way around, and I'm assuming, oops, it probably opens sideways to show the radar. So, nose cone. Here is that massive spar for the wing fold mechanism. As you can see, it's going to have some strength to it because the 3 is going to slide into the 2. And then we got more doors. This is the back of the sprue because the cockpit tub's right there. Here's part where the canopy and canopy parts. Okay, flip it over to get all the detail. There's the detail on the spar, the wing fold spar. Then you've got, I'm sure some of these are mechanisms for that. Some of these are for the main landing gear bay walls. Bulkhead. This is probably for the nose cone. Where did I put the nose cone? Yep, it's going to fit on there just like nicely. See? There. cockpit tub with panels that you're going to install. So if you're not going to use them, you don't have to install them. There. Like another bay. Haven't seen instrument panels yet. Refueling probe. I'm sure this is probably the front landing gear bay. And then these are the parts for the canopy to attach to. And then this actually looks like part of a pylon maybe. So far so good. And to answer the question, the nose cone came off of here, looks like. And there's a nub here where it was attached, and here, and they broke above the surface. They didn't break down and damage the cone. And we got lots of small sprues. These are the tails. 3 little sprues in here. Tails. They are one piece, so you will not be worrying about seam lines on those. Now the housing for the engine nozzles, I would believe, and doors for the engine nozzles, I would believe. And a couple smaller parts, and just some small little parts. Sprue in. Additions to the fuselage. And we just keep on going. I want to do the weapons last. Okay, so ejector seats. This, matching sprues, because you got your nozzle parts or turkey feathers, you got open and closed nozzles, and then the inside. So you can have it either way, open or closed. Nice touch. Okay, like I said, matching sprues, 2 of those. Should go like this. Don't want to fit back in the bag. Let's see if it wants to stay in. I'm never going to get this back in the bag or the box. 2 ejector seats. Very nice detail. Cushions. Pull handles. Looks like some throttle. So 2 of these, Sprue A. They're both Sprue A, of course. And we're still going, there's still lots to look at. Let's see, I still haven't seen the instrument panel. Here we go. Sprue S. Here's the combing for the front. Looks like the panel for the gun bay maybe. Sensor pod. Instrument panel for the rear officer. Instrument panel for the pilot. There's the side panels we were talking about. The throttles are raised. Lots of good raised detail in there. A couple more side panels. Another display here. Another panel. Control knob. So we want to look at this one. Throttles. Look a little thick, and you might want to sand in there and separate them. But other than that, you can see all the raised detail on the panel. Very nice. And same on the instrument panel. Nice, nice, nice. It has been a while since I looked at the other two Tomcat kits, but right now I think this is the most detailed. We got a bunch of little parts on here, so we're going to be careful because this has got hoses, lines, fuel line. I don't know if they're fuel lines, but you got hoses and lines and control stuff. And more hoses and some more lines. This will go on a lot of these go in the cockpit and the wheel wells. This one looks like it's broken right here. So we're gonna have to carefully, when we do it, glue that back together. And some more very fine. Everything on here is very fine and delicate. So when you're taking this off, you can see all the ejector pin points you use to get these out. Be very, very careful with all this little detail. So it's definitely going back in the bag because it's already got a broken part. I'm setting it to the side so I don't break any more. And another one with landing gear legs, which is also what I was looking for. So, you've got, of course, your pulled down one, so it's on the cat, held down ready for launch, and then you've got your one that's fully extended, so it's not on the cat. However you want to do it. More wheel hubs, it looks like, for the other side of the front wheels, the non-brake side. It's more very tiny parts, and I'm sure there's your main landing gear legs, and all this stuff goes to these landing gear legs. And is there a burr line on any of these? It doesn't look like it. Very nicely detailed, very solid. So it looks like it'll definitely hold the weight. But I do like how it's got the two front legs. Sometimes those are forgotten. What do we got here? Looks like we got us another instrument panel, which means more versions are coming. So let's separate this. There you go. There's your other instrument panel. Panels. Instrument combing is different. Sides are different. So this is for a different version, which I'm sure is coming down the line. Probably the A next, you would think. Unless they go all out and do the C. So, get two full instrument panel sets. Looks like the inboard pylons. Dog barking. Some more pylons, slide molded. So, it's really nice. Two instrument panels. Two full cockpit sets. Two different versions. Excuse the dog, there's other animals outside right now. What else we got? Weapons, we got this. Whatever this is, I gotta be careful with. Two things in here. One, this is the part between the front and the rear cockpits. Slide molded. Very nicely detailed. Looking good. This, I'm not sure what it's for, but it's also slide molded. Very fine and tiny. So, these back in there together like they were so they don't get broken. And weapons. Alright, let's start here. You want to stick a little bit up. So I would believe these would be fuel tanks, maybe. Nice recessed detail. Pylon for it. Two of these matching. You can see they're one piece, except for the tank itself. Two of those. More staples. And here we have afterburner rings, compressor blades. Look how fine that is. So you're gonna have to be careful cutting all this out on both of those. Look how sharp the detail is on that. That's impressive. There's two of those, obviously, because there's two engines. And there's two of these, which I don't know what they are, but they're fins for one of the weapons. Oh, it's right here. AIM 9L. One of those, two of those in this bag as well. Two of those in with the compressors and the afterburner ring. Oops. Drop the box. Let's see. We got some more of, see if these are labeled too. AIM 54Cs. And we all know what an AIM 54C is. We love them. These are the main bodies. I believe it carried 6 of them, and we're going to have 6. And you can see the date on that is 2022. And that was molded. So, main bodies of the Phoenix, which makes this, the fins, the nose cones, 2 of these as well, fins, pallets, nose cones. Nose cones are slide molded at an angle, or they were slide molded straight and put at an angle to package them. Which, the way that looks, I believe that's the case. Either way, they did that so they wouldn't get broke off. You see detail on the pallets, detail on the fin area. So these are going to go together nicely. You might have a little seam to fix, but it shouldn't be too hard. So, 6 Phoenix missiles. And if it bothers you, you can always buy the resin ones from Edward, or brazen ones from Edward. And I think we finally reached the last, which would be Sparrows, or what are they? AIM 3? Let's find out. They are AIM 7s. There you go, 2 of those. So these are solid molded. You got 6 of these as well. You can see they're all one piece. A little bit hollowed on the ends, and then the fins, front and rear. So 6 of those. All right. Now we can see what's in the box, which is hopefully the clear parts. It's a good thing they were in a box since the box got smashed. So you've got your canopy frame. When you take it out, well, it looks like slide molded. Got the protective bar across the top. And sprue clear parts. Now this one broke off. We're about to see if there's any damage. And then before I seal this back up, I'm going to wrap it up. So here is the main canopy. Does not look like there's any damage, nor there's a slight center seam right there and right in front of that one. So those will need to be taken out. See, very clear. Not a whole lot of distortion even at all angles. And it's not overly thick. This needs to be protected somewhere, so I'll be taking care of that. Then you've got your front glass, which also goes into the cockpit to make it easier and to paint. Then you've got all your lights. Okay, put this to the side so I can wrap up that canopy. Okay, this goes back in the box, that goes back in the box. This goes back over here. And we've got a bag of stuff, which is mainly decals and some photo etch. Okay, photo etch. I'm not going to open this because you can see There's a metal part in there. And I'm not sure what it's for, but I don't want to lose it. Then you've got your radar dish, your acetate for your HUD. See if I can get those out of the way. Okay, you've got more radar parts. And this one, more just parts. I don't see any belts. Okay. Stencil data for the weapons. Stencil data for the main body, plus decals if you want to use them for the instrument panels. And they're blacked out, they're not green, because generally it's going to be in the off position. And I don't see any green replacements. But you can always paint them green. And then squadron markings, which are a little bent on this corner and this corner. These are designed by Galaxy Model, made in China, so they're not cartograph. But you've got your 4 schemes. Shark mouth, of course. And on down. So, let me look better. Not a lot of carrier film, except around the numbers as usual. Around the jet intake ones there. Okay. And the last 2 things. First, color callouts. Jolly Rogers. Grim Reapers, which is always a favorite of mine. You can even make a nice, these are separate. Here, and I can't remember, I don't remember this one. I think it's the Rattler something. And here, which is the final Tomcat Cruise one. Okay, so 2 sheets of that. And finally, instructions. Beautiful artwork on the front. You can actually almost take that off and frame it. And, well, looky there, this comes out. So, back to some safety warnings. And then inside is the sprue map. Numbered. PE film, just says metal parts right there. Okay, and there is a revision sheet for the radar, for the ejector seat. That's it. Okay, it says apologies for any inconvenience caused to all model friends. How nice. So, of course, you start with the ejector seat, which it is this part here. It's being revised, and it looks like A10, A11, A6, A13. So you got the 5 parts. I don't know 10, 14, what the difference is off the top of my head. But it's in there anyway. So, ejector seat, glossy paper. I'm going to work on the cockpit. Is that decals for the circuit breakers? Maybe. Highly detailed cockpit. Moving on to front landing gear bay. So you're putting this leg in, but it doesn't look like you have to put the whole leg in, which is good for painting. So you put all that together, attaching it to the cockpit to the top of that. Then you're putting the 2 fuselage halves together with all that inside. Some PE going on there, both of them. And you're getting your canopy frame going and your front glass frame going. Your doors, if you're closing the wheels, you cut those off. So pay attention to that if you're doing it wheels up. There's putting the radar dish together, which is going to be a lot of hard work. But last P radar dish I did, these were all individuals. Looks like they're all in one runner that's just got to fold. Doesn't make it any easier, but it's there. Okay. Drill out some holes. Start getting panels in place. Doors. There's not full engine detail in this. And there's the sides of the landing gear bays and all some of the hoses that are going in. So you're getting your landing gear bays done separately, building them up, then installing them. Then, it's a thick book. Your wing spar for your folding wings. It does not say do not glue, but I'm thinking it should, and I wouldn't glue it. So, let's see. So right now it's going to be extended. Okay. Then you're working on your intakes with your first stage compressor. I'm watching this very carefully. More intakes, more intakes. Put the intakes on. You still got the wing, the spar with the wing fold out. Full position. It's showing this here, which goes back here. Could be complex direction too. Then put some panels on. And doors. And where the nozzles are going for the engines, we're still showing the wing fold out. You're working on the back of the engines, their afterburner ring, turkey feathers, if that's what they're calling them on this. There's your tail hook, getting all that put in. Okay, and then you're working on the front landing gear. Choose which one you want, up or down. I just like the look of the nose down. It's so mean. So again, you're deciding which one you want to do. And your main landing gear legs. Again, flat spotted tires that say good ye. You can hear good ye. And then it's showing an actual picture with the flag on it for B50. The remove before flight flag tag. And then we're back up to here. I, of course, wouldn't be installing the landing gear until it's painted. And again, only for wheel well closing, so pay attention to that if you're closing the wheels and putting in flight. Canopy, open or closed, your call. Front half of the fuselage going into the main body. Air brake open, which again is your choice. Tails, elevators, horizontal stabilizers. Fuel probe, open or closed, or sorry, refueling probe, open or closed. Sorry, I'm trying to keep the glare off. Nose cone with the pitot tube. All those little parts I thought, those are the ladder, which I should have known. Nose cone up or closed. Again, your call. Steps down if you want it so the pilots can get into it. Lots of stuff. I've done a video this long, a long time. So, there's your wings. Now, flaps down, ailerons down, wings have to be fully opened. Flaps up, ailerons up or down, speed brakes here. And then, again, it doesn't do a very good job of telling you which one to do for which wing position you want. There's the wings going on, whichever ones you have, flaps up, flaps down. And then the blast bags, they're called blast bags, but the bags, wings closed, wings open, P goes in the front. So there's the wings fully extended. And then this way, you're using these, and it's for wings fully closed or fully swept. So it doesn't look like there's a middle one. I mean, I'm sure you can just do it since it looks like they're movable, posable. But you cannot pose them with the flaps down. Okay. So instructions could have been a little better. Putting tanks together. And then building weapons. And the pallets. Putting the weapons on. This is a Phoenix Sidewinder loadout and tanks. And then there. I don't see any sparrows on that one. This one is a sparrow loadout with no Phoenix and tanks and Sidewinders. And then you're going to decal up your weapons and your tanks, depending on which version you're doing. And stencil data. And more stencil data. It's not phantom level stencil data, but stencil data. And there you have it. That was long. The new 48 scale Great Wall Hobby. Remove the glare. That didn't help. Great Wall Hobby F-14B. Tomcat. Just a B. Not really Tomcat. Could be. Anyway, it's coming soon to a retailer near you. I'll have some for sale when they finally get over here. Like I said, I got this, bought this, and I had it sent from Japan special. And I'm glad I did. And like I said, this weekend, I will do a video on comparing them. So thanks for watching. Sit your ass to the bench, and now you get to decide which F-14 and 48 scale you want to build. Like I said, as far as I know, this is only B available. So, let's go. Sit down. Sit your ass to the bench. Build a model. Thanks for watching.